What's up, little lads? I'm Little Lad Aaliyah and welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Very happy to have you here, looking gorgeous as usual. I need to be quieter. The mic can hear me. I don't want to make it like Spike, you know? I'm trying like a new mic thing in this video. Like, usually I hold my mic here, but I've got it here now. ASMR. And I'm just wondering if it'll work, because I don't want to have like, you know, bang the mic. Terrible. I'm hoping it will work, otherwise I die. Yes. Die. Just wanted to say, guys, you can probably hear there's some loud noises coming from downstairs. There's some smexy boiler men in my house fixing our boiler. So I apologise for any noise. I was gonna like wait till they left to start recording, but I'm on a time crunch here. So we can't be waiting for sexy boiler men to leave. Now, take a seat, have a cup of tea while I spill the tea on Colleen Christensen. I think that's how I say it. AKA No Food Rules. Now, just a little trigger warning, I'm going to be covering some sensitive topics such as, I can't say the word. Let me put it on here and you can sound out yourself. Figure it out. I can't say it. YouTube will execute me. Yes. But yes, we will be talking about that and these in general. I genuinely cannot say the word on here. Like, I'm not even being funny. So, for the sake of the video and money, I will be calling this word the Big Sad from here on out in the video. The Big Sad, because it makes me feel big and sad. God. I'm sorry. I'll turn down the dark humour. But as my queen, one of my favourite YouTubers, Luxaria, says, if I do not laugh, I will cry. So, if I do make any more jokes like that, I am in no way glamorizing, promoting, or making fun of the Big Sad. I have the Big Sad. It sucks, but we're not going to talk about that.
Why you always lying?
It's not fun, which is why I wanted to make this video on Colleen, because she's been questionable. I keep going off script. My personality is too amazing. I can't be confined to a script. I keep going off script. Anyway.
She's kind, she's humble.
So yeah, if you do find topics like that triggering, then feel free to click off and go and watch one of my other videos. Go scroll through my shorts. Go look at what I said about Kanye West a few months ago. Probably less triggering. Don't watch this if it will make you uncomfortable, because I love you. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about topics like that a lot, including my own personal experiences. I know I just said we wouldn't talk about it, but it's a bit necessary. And with that, let's get on to the video. Colleen Christensen is a health and lifestyle YouTube, TikTok, Instagram account focusing on helping people heal their relationship with food, listen to their body and hunger cues, promote intuitive eating, give them healthy eating trips, etc, etc. A dietitian that teaches you how to stop dieting. Sounds pretty good, right?
No.
Pretty positive? Well, in theory, yes.
No.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to give Colleen any benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be a bit mean in this video. I've warned you now, so don't get pissy.
The force of the stream can cause
Pablo.
And we are going to dive straight into it with how Colleen admitted that she had the Big Sad in the past, but supposedly recovered. I say admitted like it's a bad thing. It's not. I'm glad she opened up back then, and if you're struggling with something similar, then don't be afraid to open up, tell someone about it. Don't struggle in silence.
It's always, how big is your penar? But it's never, how is your penar? Penar mental health matters.
But yeah, the problem with this is that the internet, well, some of it, knows she has not recovered. She is still sick. She is not naturally that skinny, which is why it is a huge problem that she is using her channel, using her platform to quote unquote heal your body's relationship with food and find a healthy balance, which she so clearly cannot do herself. This negatively affects her content, whether consciously or subconsciously, in a multitude of ways. The ones we're going to cover today are her characters, her hypocrisy, which leads on to her food advice, recipes, etc., her deteriorating appearance, and how she attempts to hide how sick she really is, giving her viewers false pretenses that you can be as skinny as her too if you just follow her lifestyle and download her app. She has an app too. Not free, obviously, and we're going to cover that as well, because even though I don't actually have it because it costs money and I'm poor, I have managed to find some interesting stuff. Starting with her characters. Colleen has a few main ones that feature kind of this antagonist with the wrong views on eating and dieting that she educates them on. The two main ones being, oh, carbs bad, protein good, la 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 la. You know, that type. And the one that's boo, dieting evil, I will eat all the muffins out of spite. Basically a big sad character and a bed character. I'll be calling it bed for the rest of the video. So I don't get demonetized, girls. And they're very you know what, I will just show you.
Where's your green juice? And are those carbs? Is that a vegetable? Have these ones instead. Hey, I'm Colleen. Wanna sit with us? Bell pepper sandwich, so healthy. I'll eat carbs over my bread body. Oh, come on. Bell peppers are not bread. No bun, no fun. Bell peppers might not be bread, but this is kind of a fun way to eat them. But I think I'll make a little addition. I'm craving chocolate, but these chocolate rice cakes are way less calories. Obviously the healthier choice. Oh my gosh, rice cakes are so diety. Why would anyone willingly choose to eat that? Just eat some freaking chocolate. Ooh, a crunchy, light, sweet snack. Def not gonna satisfy my real chocolate craving, but...
I want to talk first about the anti-diet character because it's really intriguing to me actually how she's portrayed. A lot of time the anti-diet character is seen as just as illogical as the pro-diet character. No, don't eat rice cakes, they're diety. With oversized portions of food that's because they're not portioned out. It's pretty obvious that the whole point is, oh, she eats the whole thing because she's anti-diet and that's unhealthy. She is clearly a bad character.
The nether.
But portrayed in a really harmful and inaccurate way. Editing Leah here. Hello. It occurred to me this might be a bit unclear. Like I said, it was portrayed inaccurately, and that might be people might make the assumption, if it portrayed inaccurately, how do you know it's a bad character? It's definitely a bad character, just portrayed inaccurately. I don't know how else to explain it. I am just presuming that it's a bad character, and the fact that I'm saying it's portrayed inaccurately is not backing that at all. In fact, it's countering that. But you just have to trust me here, alright? I know it when I see it, and I also know a bad portrayal when I see it. What I'm saying is this is clearly a bad portrayal of bed, okay? Not that it's bed but not quite, or bed but it doesn't make any sense. It's very just you have to trust me, okay? I'm very trustworthy. I have purple hair. You can trust people with purple hair, okay guys? I'm watching House MD, okay? Trust me. I know to the average person it may sound like I'm making leaps here, as well as the big sad. I also struggle with the bed, so I know what it looks like. I'm very open about it. I don't mind saying it in here, but she's clearly a bed character, but portrayed in a very harmful and inaccurate way. She doesn't diet, she just is instead, and so views herself as better than everyone else who diets, which is just not true. People who don't follow diet culture to such an extent that it developed into business don't look down on people who diet or think of themselves as superior. As someone who's struggled with bed for the past 5 years, we don't like it. It's not fun. And like, the pro-diet character does show a lot of downsides of extreme dieting, but Miss Anti-Diet and the way she portrays on her channel in general is just like oblivious and greedy and stupid. And that is how she portrays people who bitch. Even though she says that she's struggled with bitching, which I'm not going to disregard, I'm sure she has, but especially if you have, then you should know not to portray it like that, you know? Unless, of course, is a result of extreme dieting, in which case it is to be taken seriously because it's very sad. Because obviously, bitching only makes sense after restricting. No one who doesn't diet or restrict can bitch in a serious way. They're just stupid and selfish and don't know what they're on about, right? Now, I need a moment because I have been calling the bed character the anti-diet character, but according to Colleen, it's still a diet mindset, and guys, I don't understand. She is portrayed as a character with a whole loaf of baguette and a whole box of cereal, but somehow that's still a diet mindset, and I don't understand. Like, no. She's making my job very hard here, okay? Because how am I supposed to be a commentary YouTuber when I can't commentary on her YouTube because it's so confusing? This character is bad. 1, because of how it portrays bitches, obviously, and 2, because it hurts my brain and I don't like it, and I think we should move on. Yes, I think we should. I think that's a wonderful idea before I... Now, the problem with these characters in general is it puts so much emphasis on dieting is bad, diet, no, when like, it's not. Fad diets, yes, unhealthy and unsustainable, that's common knowledge. But dieting genuinely helps a lot of people. The structure, loose guidelines on what to eat, even counting calories can be incredibly helpful and can be done in a healthy, sustainable, non-disordered way. But Colleen makes it so that is absolutely not the fact. Constantly pushing this anti-diet rhetoric just makes dieting seem worse than it is. Pushing people who might need it away from dieting, and like, if you diet, you have a disorder, or you have to have a disorder to do dieting right.
So that was a f***ing lie.
And the mindset all of that is creating will just push someone who wants to diet into on either end of the spectrum. Like, dieting is not bad, guys, okay? If you do it right, it is not bad. There are so many people on diets that it's genuinely improved their life. Like, another one of my favourite YouTubers, Michelle McDaniel, she diets, she goes to the gym, she counts calories, she weighs her food, she is perfectly healthy, she looks amazing, she is not disordered, which people keep accusing her of being disordered because she counts calories, which is ridiculous. That is exactly what Colleen is pushing. That is exactly, like, the type of content that is causing people to have this mindset that it is impossible to diet without being disordered, which is just not true. So many people have shared their stories about how dieting has helped them lose weight, which in turn improved their life. I'm not saying you have to be skinny to, like, have a good life, but it has helped people, and it is not okay to enforce this idea that all dieting is bad, which is the message that Colleen is pushing. On top of that, she seems to have trouble, like, defining what dieting really is, what intuitive eating really is. Or at the very least, she hasn't decided how she wants to portray them both. I'm not sure. Take this screenshot. Can someone tell me why dieting apparently always has to lead to a messy binge? Because it's the devil, but although intuitive eating is supposed to be eating whatever you want, or not whatever you want, but whatever feels right, which is genuinely what Colleen has said multiple times. I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. She has, like, said that is what intuitive eating is. But the intuitive eating side of this video is grapes, a carrot, and hummus. No one craves hummus. Okay, I take that back. There's a lot of people that really like hummus. No one craves a carrot. No one craves a raw carrot. That's not listening to your body. That's just eating a carrot. It seems pretty diety to me, if I'm being honest. Like, what we would realistically be looking for if you really wanted to, I don't know, eat intuitively is like a balance. Have like the right amount of like this, like sugary stuff, which makes you feel happy, but then also like have some healthy stuff to like, if you want, like, I don't know, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not going to do what Colleen did. I'm not going to give eating advice when I am clearly not fit for it, because I'm a decent person. It fully has me like confuzzled. Over what intuitive eating is supposed to be, what she defines it as. Is it supposed to be eating whatever you want? Is it supposed to be listening to your body and realising that you only want healthy food? But I thought all food was healthy, Colleen. At least that's what you said. So what's the right answer here? Because I don't know, and clearly, you don't too. So she's anti-dieting, right? Pro-intuitive eating. Pushing the message of listening to your body and eating intuitively, which, yes, is good. But what really is intuitive eating? What is the definition of intuitive eating? Well, you're not going to find the answer on Colleen's channel. What the actual definition is that I found from a 2-minute Google search is that it's trusting your body to make food choices that feel good for you. It won't work for everyone, like, hands down, it will not work for everyone, especially with people with full-blown. If people with bed listen to their bodies, they would eat a whole box of Weetabix. They would blend up some sugar and butter and eat it with a spoon. Oh god. I'm talking from experience here. I'm not making fun of anyone. But it's a nice concept. A concept that Colleen overcomplicates. Her message often contradicting itself. One moment it's intuitive eating, reach for the stars, eat what you want. And the next it's sometimes intuitive eating means not eating. What does that mean? I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Wait. What?
There's a few videos like this one, and the problem is that she never explains what she means, how to do it, and that's because her whole channel is just a big advertisement for her app, which I'm going to get on later. I lied. We're talking about it now.
Lying.
Yes, Colleen has an app, and I'm not too sure what it does because, of course, you have to pay for it, and I don't have money.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
Which is why you should subscribe. But I asked the special little subreddit dedicated to criticising Colleen. We really will get onto that later. I love those guys. But they couldn't actually help me with, like, what was on the app. I asked, like, if anyone had any past experiences, but I don't think anyone really did. I got a little bit, though. I got a little bit. A summary is that it's, like, a guide to learn to tune into your body and eat intuitively. Complete with healthy meal recipes. Not a diet app, though. Definitely not a diet app. There are problems surrounding the concept of the app, as well as inside the app itself. Like I said, I don't have first-hand experience, but I heard from a little Reddit birdie. Guys, I love Reddit so much, it's not even funny. That a lot of the recipes on her app are very, big sad coded. The exact or similar recipes, like, actually seen on online communities of the sort. I won't show you any of the recipes, obviously I'm not going to like promote it, but from what I've heard. And it's speculated that that's where she got them from. She got them from the communities online. Allegedly. All of this whole video, allegedly. It sounds like a big jump, sure, but not when you put all the pieces together. Pay attention. Hey, I said pay attention and pick up the pieces as the video goes along. so I don't have to explain it all myself later because I'm lazy. However, on the app, many people, including myself, have a huge problem with how Colleen markets this app, which is, along with being an unlearned dieting app, as a mental health tool, pushing the message that this app can heal your hunger cues, your relationship with food, essentially marketing the app with the ability to help with which is not only a ridiculous claim to make, but way out of her jurisdiction.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Oh, I need to piss, girl. Yes. I have returned. Oh yes, what a lovely piss. Now where were we? Ah, yes, way out of her jurisdiction. Blah 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 blah. Colleen is a dietitian with absolutely no qualifications in mental health whatsoever. And so spreading the false message and insinuating that her app can help with a mental illness is absolutely not okay. Especially with the similarities that some people have noticed between her app and certain forums, as I mentioned prior. I personally don't even think she should be allowed to be a registered dietitian. I think she should have her license taken away.
A crime? Oh, goody!
Especially with all this harmful, incredibly circumstantial information that she's putting out there, such as this odd video, to say the least. Just using this example, thank you to the Reddit user who brought it up to me. It is true that food can have certain effects, but it is so odd to just equate everything to food, you know? More often than not, it's just a food intolerance. You wouldn't tell a lactose intolerant person, are you sure it's not No, bro, because like, you wouldn't tell a person with peanut allergies that, are you sure it's not food? Are you sure? You don't need this EpiPen, you just need to heal your relationship with peanuts. Belly pops. Dead.
Daddy, chill.
If gluten makes you feel sick, you shouldn't just assume it's food. You should go to a doctor and get it checked out because you might have celiac disease or something like that. And the thing is, she's not qualified to make that statement. To say to someone that symptoms of a food intolerance could just be a mental health issue. Correct me if I'm wrong, but dietitians, they focused on nutritional stuff, right? I know that's like a nutritionist, but like nutrition and like food, when to eat, what to eat, stuff like, you know what I'm getting at? I'll put like the definition for a dietitian up here. If I'm wrong, then I'll look really stupid. But like, I'm pretty sure they don't delve into like what could or could not be a mental illness, you know? This is just one example of her speaking outside of her qualifications and spreading strange information, to say the least. Because, like I said, it's incredibly circumstantial. Like, no, the vast majority of people who feel sick after eating lactose are probably lactose intolerant. The vast majority of people who feel sick after eating gluten probably have some kind of gluten intolerance. Like, it's probably not the case that it's just food, but I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people, including myself, believe that she should have her license taken away. Partially because of what I just covered, but mainly because of the indisputable fact that she is sick and getting worse, and she has the audacity to deny it. Allegedly, while giving health and eating advice, which is disgusting and incredibly harmful. Allegedly. I'm not one to judge a book by its cover. I think all people are beautiful, but these two photos are 4 years apart. She's thinner, so is her hair, her face is more sunken, her skin is yellower. And mind you, she's only in her 30s. Yeah, she's in her 30s. This alone, like, obviously wouldn't be enough to claim that she has the big sad. That would be ludicrous. everyone looks different, everyone ages differently, and that is never something to base judgment on. But if you combine it with the certain mannerisms and habits that people have consistently noticed in her videos, is enough to base judgment on, if that wasn't clear. Being a food-related channel, a lot of her videos naturally contain eating, as one would expect, but some clever editing makes it so that we never see her swallow, chew, or sometimes even put the food in her mouth. There are so many cuts that seem unnecessary, and it begs the question why. A lot of people speculate that she is taking bites of the food and then spitting out off camera, allegedly. Allegedly, of course, we don't really know, but it makes sense. Allegedly. Bit of a disclaimer, I'm going to sound like a crazy person, right? Connecting non-existent dots and making reaches, but one, I know my shit, okay? I've experienced the shit, I'm knee deep in the shit, I know what I'm talking about, alright? And two, I know what I think the truth is, so my brain is just gonna make those leaps, because that's just like how it is. Like, if you have an opinion, naturally everything is going to point to that opinion for you, because it's like your brain trying to convince you that you're right, whatever.
Till it's cool, just cool, into the mouth. Nice.
You can decide for yourself, obviously. The editing could just be a weird choice, but it seems so unlikely. And it correlates with how she's been, like, getting visibly sicker. Because in her earlier videos, there, she ate food on camera. Conspiracy? Coincidence? I think not. But as the years go on, her editing becomes choppier, and we see less food actually go into her mouth. Another reach, but we also only ever see her wearing long sleeve shirts, baggy hoodies and stuff, you know, stuff that covers as much as she can. Which, sure, might be a personal preference. Some people prefer to cover up, and that's fine. But I think, as a mere opinion, allegedly, that she's trying to cover up how thin she's gotten so she doesn't get, like, as suspected as she is getting. So it's not really working. Sorry, Colleen. So she can keep making content, obviously. Keep giving people health advice that she doesn't even follow herself. A few years ago, it might have been believable. I believed it. I fully believed it back in 2023.
You serious?
I fully believed that she was a healthy, naturally thin woman giving out diet advice. I loved her channel. But lately, she's been slipping. Maybe she doesn't realise, or maybe she's doing it on purpose, for whatever reason, but she has been advertising many big sad habits on her channel and her Instagram lately. Specifically in the food she's eating and the examples that she's using when communicating, like, the wrong thing to do, the pro-diet thing to do, you know? In several videos spanning over a wide period of time, there's examples of the diet character with cookies or chocolate or something like that, getting rid of them, making them inedible by spraying them with cleaner, or chucking them in the bin and covering them in dish soap. Like, I kid you not, that was like an actual, like, example. That's not diet behaviour, okay? That's not diet behaviour. That is behaviour. I get that she's saying, like, oh, you don't need to do this, just eat the chocolate. But there's absolutely, like, no reason to advertise these methods that you could use to make food inedible on the internet. Like, you've got to be careful what you post, man. And, like, again, showing, like, such behaviour and just, like, labelling it as, like, a diet mindset is, like, just, again, the whole, like, rhetoric or, like, diet or the same thing. It's like, it's not. Oh my god, it's not. I kid you not, like, I kid you not. Until I saw Colleen, like, doing that on her channel, I had no idea that was a thing that people did. The thought never occurred to me. And now it makes me think, like, how many more young people could she inadvertently be giving advice to on finding new habits in order to avoid eating? Since I'm also in full belief that her diet character is essentially a big sad character, these videos, oh my god, come across as so condescending. Or not like condescending, but more like, hear me out here, like, you know, like, if you're homeless, just buy a house. Like that, you know?
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far. Nice job, team.
Like, she's just saying, don't do that. Just eat the chocolate. It's not that hard. But it is that hard. And if this is targeted towards people, which I think it is, personally, allegedly, in my opinion, then yeah, it's not that easy to just eat the chocolate. It's not as simple as saying, like, just eat, and then you, did somebody say, just eat?
Stop it.
And then you like, eat it, you know? Sorry. And Colleen, of all people, should know that. And the thing is, she does know that. She just, like, proceeds to caption any video that exemplifies disordered behaviour with, if you want to learn how to stop doing this, download my app. Which she's not qualified to do. She's not qualified to repair disordered behaviour. That's mental health. Mental health.
I don't wanna play no games, play no games. I don't wanna play no games, play no.
I understand that she has experience and, like, did recover for a period of time. But that's like me saying I'm qualified to, I don't know, diagnose someone with autism because I'm autistic. So I understand. Or treat someone with depression because I have depression. So I understand. She does this a lot, putting disordered behaviour on her channel, especially with the actual food, like, in her videos. Rice cakes, Colleen. Really? As I mentioned, I'm not the only person to take issue with her. There is a whole subreddit specifically dedicated to calling Colleen out. I'm on there. I asked them for help with this video. I absolutely love those guys, and I've been dying this whole video to dive into the subreddit and cover some of the best posts I've seen on there, which is what we're gonna do right now. Just a quick little interruption before you continue. If you've made it this far in the video and you like what you see so far, pretty please hit that like button. And if you're not already, subscribe so you can become an official little lad. Did you know that over 80% of my regular viewers aren't subscribed? Oh, ludicrous, awful, terrible. And you can change it. Yes, you can fix my pain by subscribing. It really does help out the channel so much, like, more than you can imagine. Before I became a YouTuber, I thought every time this happened, like, can just one person liking and subscribing really help that much? Yes. It can, and it does. Oh my god. Like, it proper does. I also have a membership that you can join for only £5 a month. British pounds.
Sexiest one of them all. We have the British accent.
Who wants a f***ing burger?
That's right. 5 British pounds a month. You get all sorts of stuff like a special badge, member-only stickers created by yours truly, and priority in comments and live chat. And once my channel grows, I will probably do members-only live streams, members-only videos, blah 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 blah. You know, but, like, I don't have enough members for that, so. However, if you can't afford that, totally fine, I understand. I couldn't afford a £5 membership a month. Liking and subscribing is more than enough. Now, just give me a little fist bump in the comments. That's right, a little fist bump, and we can move on with the video. No, I'm serious. Give me a fist bump. Go on, come on, yeah, down to the comments, that's right. Keyboard, emote, fist, come on. I don't have all day here, I have to move on. Thank you. That took long enough. Okay, now we can move on with the video. First post, I want to go over links back to what we just discussed with her, like, meals, recently-ish, from her Instagram posts. This one where she made puppy chow, weirdly infantilizing for a woman in her mid-30s, but whatever, each to their own, I don't know.
The 28-year-old toddler that spills everything.
But I wanted to go over this Reddit post, specifically some of the comments, because man, they had me going. Rules for thee, but not for me. She's so contradictory, like, don't add protein just because, but then uses a protein shake as milk for this monstrosity. Why are you putting, like, apples and protein shake together. It's so weird. Anyway, all these two comments, which are true, for a lot of people with big sad, it is like, it's easier to eat everything if it's like all in one place. Which again is contradictory to like everything she says about savouring your food, pay attention to how it makes you feel and whatnot, which like you can't really do if you've got apples and protein shake and like cereal all mixed together and like something else, I don't know. But even that, like even the like pay attention to how food makes you feel, it's gotten to a ridiculous point.
Do these different colors actually have different flavors? Wow, that texture contrast between the creamy filling and the crunchy chocolate coating is so satisfying. I can eat this whole thing if I want to, but that might not feel super great right now. I'll keep an eye on comfortable fullness and stop when I feel like my chocolate craving has been met. I can always have more later. Oh, yum. Oh, yum. I'm pretty hungry right now. I think I'll feel better and it will be more enjoyable if I eat lunch first. Oh, yum. I could use a snack. Pairing the simple sugar and carbs in these with some fat from peanut butter help them be more filling, prevent such a sharp blood sugar spike, and to be honest, it's incredibly satisfying to live out my childhood Parent Trap memories. Cookies. I'm pretty full right now. Maybe later. It's not now or never. Oh, cookies. We never have these ones. I'm not hungry, but I still really want one right now. I'll eat mindfully and take note of comfortable fullness. Also, maybe make note to get them more often.
There's a post about this video which I like no healthy person analyzes every single bite of food, every single flavour. No one is ever going to be able to enjoy your food if you like are constantly thinking about how the food makes you feel, how you felt before you ate the food, how you felt after the food, every single flavour. Am I nourishing my body or my soul? Before every single bite. That's not normal, and it certainly isn't anti-diet. Sure as hell not anti-diet.
Hey little lads, editing Ali here. Not something that I noticed, a thought that occurred to me while I was editing. I will put I'll put a photo over here. I noticed this while I was editing. I think it was a point I wanted to make, but I just completely forgot about it. How she often uses lunch boxes. Like you often see lunch boxes used in her videos. This is just one example. But like they're used like really commonly. You see them in her like What I Eat in a Day. She puts her food in like sectioned out lunch boxes a lot, and I just wanted to talk about that quickly because like obviously I feel like I have to clarify saying that like you're not ordered if you put your food in a lunchbox, but it is like an incredibly common thing for people with to like put their food. Oh my god, my nail came off. Anyway, to put their food in little containers. I know in the video, like, oh my god, bear with me, okay? Because I know in the video I said, well, I used an example of like, yeah, people with these, I like put everything all together and want to make it easier to eat, which is like true, but it can also be the other way. Oh my god, I feel like people will be watching this being like, what is he talking about? I'm the one being contradictory now. But it's true both ways. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. As I said like earlier, I like I do both of these things, and I know lots of people who do both of these things. Like for example, I'll make like yogurt bowls with like a bunch of ingredients in, like just in one bowl, like a bunch of them, like yogurt. I would never put protein shake and apple together, but like yogurt and strawberries and cereal and stuff. Or I will section out my food little teeny by little teeny in like little teeny tiny bowls, lots of little aesthetic preppy bowls. And like lunch boxes are like really common too. Or like, you know, those like little kids plates with like the sections in them. You know what I mean? I just wanted to add that because that is like a really common occurrence on her channel. In fact, both is like, I can't really put examples for this because it would take way too long, but you see really often, you like, I've noticed this. I've actually like, I just clocked 30 seconds ago, I've never seen her eating something that's like, you know, like a roast dinner or something, or like stuff that's like separate ingredients but kind of like on the same plate and stuff. It's either like different kind of like, you know, like a little main and then a little side and then like a little teeny tiny dessert, or like portioned out in boxes, or it's something like a salad or a stew or something where like everything is mixed together, never like separate, which might just be personal preference, like allegedly, but is what I'm saying, you know, is what I'm saying. It's just interesting. It just, because I clocked, and it just intrigued me, you know, I was intrigued. So, there's that. Also, with the portioning out, I want to try and, because I know, like, it's difficult to understand the logic if you're not disordered, so I want to try and explain the logic. Portioning things out like so specifically is like a way of control, right? Because restrictive EDs are all about control, right? They're all about like controlling what you eat, when you eat, how much you eat. So portioning that out is like a really good way to like control it. It's like controlled, and like 50 Bucks says that she allegedly like weighs the food before portioning it. allegedly. And then also, obviously, the mixing all together is an exception. It's so strange because it's contradictory, but it's like such a common occurrence. Like, pretty much everyone I know with an ED does that. Awful. Stay safe. You're beautiful, and I love you. Stay safe. I love you.
And talking of diety, black coffee with breakfast, even though, like, I kid you not, she's sworn against it so many times. Like, I can't remember, but she has. And tuna rice cakes? Tuna on rice cakes as a meal, unanimously voted the most disordered food in the world. Hands down. And this post, which I'd like to go a bit in detail about, yes. Firstly, cottage cheese, another publicly acclaimed disordered food. Like, you can enjoy it if you want. If you enjoy the taste of cottage cheese, like, go off. I'm not saying, like, if you eat rice cakes and tuna or cottage cheese, then you have no. Enjoy it what you want, but under the circumstances, you know. And also adding protein powder for the taste. Protein powder tastes like scheisse. It tastes like shit. It's not nice. You add it for the protein, not the taste. No one has ever added protein powder because, I like the flavour. I'm gonna shit myself. It's so funny. Everyone knows it tastes like shit. No one adds protein powder to things because it's so yummy in their tummy. I'm sorry. Okay, but serious face. What I want to talk about, like, is this little caption where she says she's been eating it every single day. Oui? Sure, I get that people can find a food that they really like and eat it a lot. That's, like, normal. I enjoy, back in year 5 at school, before all the big sad, I had a jacket potato with beans and cheese every single day for lunch. Every single day. Without fail. Every single day of the school year. Had it for lunch because it was oh so yummy in my tummy. Also, autism.
I cannot hold it in anymore. I just wanna, you know.
But yes. People with big sad tend to do this thing where, like, we'll find a safe food, something we actually feel comfortable eating, like, don't feel like, oh my god, I hate myself, like, after eating it, you know? And, like, you stick to it because it's the one thing you can eat without going insane. In the winter, I would have a bowl of oats made with water, not milk, every single day, and it tasted like pure despair.
And I've decided that I want to die.
I'm getting better now, though. No more oats with water for me. Oh my god. Misery in a bowl. And I've noticed Colleen mentioned several times eating the same meal every single day for a week because it's just so darn good. Can't fool me, Colleen, okay? Can't fool me. Another post that caught my attention is this one. And I found it interesting too because I've like also noticed myself several times. I watch a new video only to realise I've watched it before, you know? Like, I'll go to the comments and there's like completely different dates on there. And like, obviously, like, the little like button isn't liked because I hadn't liked it because it's new. But I've seen it before.
I'm a registered dietitian and I'm going to share with you my favorite recipe for a healthy shamrock shake.
What can I get for you?
Can I get a medium shamrock shake, please? It's literally the one that comes out of the machine.
And although I know it's not uncommon for creators to like re-upload videos, to repost old content for like more views but with no effort, which in my opinion is just like lazy and I would never do that, but whatever. I feel like there's a correlation between Colleen's alleged illness and her alleged reposting of old content. Now, this is just in my opinion, but I think she knows full well that more and more people are catching on to her. She's getting thinner and thinner and people are noticing, and so she reposts old content to make it look like she's marginally healthier than she like is in the present. Which is just one of the ways that she tries to hide how skinny she's gotten, including like I said, the long sleeves, the baggy, blah blah blah. Or like sitting over, hunched over to hide her body, like pretending to eat her food, all that stuff. And like it's not just me, what's the word? I don't know, it's not just me like jumping to conclusions that she like knows that people are like aware. Like on the Reddit, I'll put it up here again, like there have been like posts saying like don't call her out under her videos, or like people who called her out under her videos like get their comments deleted or like get blocked from TikTok or whatever. Like so it is a thing that's happening, which is like why kind of need you guys support with this video, because I'm putting myself a bit at risk here making all this, because like we know her history allegedly. So yeah.
What are they gonna do? Gonna shoot me? I doubt it. They have to catch me first. I'm like a whippet.
I have a few more Reddit posts I want to cover that are on my phone. I didn't write a script. Oh no. My script is over. Oh no. I need to find them now. Hold on. This one here is just like, it's not like a new point. It's just kind of like a really good example of like proving that it's not just me saying that her content is harmful. It's that it like from other people's experiences it actually is harmful. I'll read it now. Mediocre Video said, I went down a whole rabbit hole on this lady and got triggered for the first time in 8 years. Basically the title, I've been pretty separated from my ED for about 8 years now. This account kept popping up on my newsfeed, and at first on the surface it seemed like helpful tips to stay in recovery as well as fun recipes for snacks and lunches, but holy cow, after scrolling through the account, I felt like I was stepping back into my ED brain. What in the diet foods? I'm so confused by her account and I have no idea what she's really going for, but it's definitely more triggering to an ED than it is helpful. I really wish that she would see the comments saying this and reevaluate what she presents. Yeah, that's just what I've been saying the whole video. This is what she's doing, bro. This is not like a one-off thing. This is what she's doing. My nail is falling off. I'm checking Reddit, hold on. I'm checking Reddit, hold on. I don't know if more people have replied to me. I need to put my nail back on. Do you like my nails, guys? They're little like clouds and stuff. Raindrops, they're really cute. I love them. There. Okay. Now I did only check the subreddit, like, I checked the subreddit last ages ago. I'm going to just like check it again real quick. Because what if there's something new and exciting, guys? You never know. Like I was saying earlier, the whole like don't, like she'll like delete comments calling her out. Please don't try to contact her via her DMs or communicate with her. This could get the entire subreddit banned. That's like genuinely a risk. This is a new post. This is really interesting. Literally caught in the act of faking eating same amounts of food in the bowl despite 8 big forkfuls. How long till she deletes my comment? And then it's just like one of her videos, 8 ways to eat mac and cheese with no food rules, but she takes a full out of the bowl, but at the end, there's the exact same amount of mac and cheese in the bowl. So either she made 8 different bowls of mac and cheese, or she just didn't eat the mac and cheese.
Yes, the issue with this is that, like, because, like, obviously she could have just, like, not eaten it, and, like, you could have made this video, and, like, if she didn't, like, bring the fork or spoon, or I can't remember, up to her mouth, like, at all, then that would be fine, but she, like, made to go, like, as if she was eating it. Like, she, like, put it, like, up to her mouth, like, in the video, she, like, brought the fork up to her mouth as if she was going to eat it, and then just, like, didn't. So she was making out that she was, like, eating it, but, like, she wasn't. That's, like, the issue, basically. It wouldn't be a problem if she wasn't claiming to, like even, like, not like, verbally, not, like, it's, like, she's not even, like, verbally claiming to eat the food, just, like, I don't know the word, but, like, read between the lines type stuff. Like, presumption. Like, the video is made so, in such a way that you would, like, presume that she's, like, eating the food, because it's, like, going right up to her mouth, and, like, her mouth's open, like, she's about to eat the food, and then it cuts. That's the issue. That's the whole thing.
Here's an interesting one, which has, like, a, example of she's so contradictory, it's ridiculous. Contradicting herself once again. Sorry for the quality lol, but once again, Colleen is preaching against her own advice. We all know that anyone who dares to criticize ultra-processed food, including preservatives, emulsifiers, and especially dyes, are stupid and just falling for diet propaganda, according to Colleen. But in her latest, avoiding dyes is apparently just a personal preference, despite Colleen stating over and over again that there's absolutely no reason to avoid them because they're apparently rigorously tested by the FDA, perfectly safe to consume. If she truly believes that, well, then why is it now totally okay to avoid them? The rest of it. Really interesting, because it's, like, an example of she's promoting this, like, healthy advice, or, like, this intuitive eating advice. Like, it doesn't matter if there's preservatives or dyes, just eat what you want. But my personal preference is I don't eat the dyes because I'm healthy. So, like, it's quite self-report, actually. Like, she's saying, oh, it's okay to, like, eat this and do that and that, but I don't. It's okay if you do, but I don't. You can, but I don't. Like that. And obviously, because she's, like, a figure that people look up to, she has, like, quite a large following. I'll put her followings up here on, like, each of her platforms. She has a large following, so she obviously has a lot of people that look up to her, which is, like, saying, like, oh, you can do that, but I don't. I don't personally. Oh, I would never, but you can if you want. Well, that's not going to work. That's just going, like, the people who look up to her, who are unaware of what's going on, are going to want to follow her actions, follow what she does, even though it is completely fine to eat preservatives and dyes. Because Colleen doesn't, they're not going to either, because they want to live like Colleen, because they look up to her. That's the issue. Here's also a really interesting one. I wanted to include this point in my video, but I didn't know how to, like, phrase it. I didn't know, like, how to phrase it right. So, in one of her videos, she goes on about, like, if you tell people not to drink Diet Coke because it causes cancer, you should also be telling them not to, like, I don't know, work night shifts or something. I'll find the video, I'll put it up here.
Someone not to drink Diet Coke because it causes cancer. You should also be telling your hairdresser and people who work night shift to quit their jobs. If you tell someone to avoid food dyes because they're toxic, you should also telling them not to drink water or eat carrots. If you tell someone to avoid processed foods, you should also be telling them not to use your greens or protein powder discount codes. If you tell someone they don't need foods with added sugar, you should also be telling them they don't need electricity. If someone tells you what to or not to eat, remind yourself that a lot of the food fear-mongering you see on social media is cherry-picked, contradictory.
And this person's calling out for how ridiculous it is. I also watched it and I thought, no, this is ridiculous, but I didn't know how to phrase it right, but they did for me. Thank you. Thank you, glittering dirt. This video is ridiculous. To equate drinking water, which is essential for survival, to consuming synthetic substances banned in certain countries for their potential carcinogenic effects is wildly misleading and irresponsible. While it may be technically true that nothing is entirely risk-free, promoting the idea that any effort to be healthy is pointless since anything can be harmful sends a profoundly dangerous message. Using this logic, one could argue that choosing not to smoke for health concerns is futile if you're going outside since the air is polluted, which is completely absurd. It's genuinely so upsetting that many of her viewers are now going to believe that the dangers of consuming UFPs are equal to that of drinking water simply because she said so. That is blatant lying. Colleen ought to have her license revoked for this. Amazing points. Because it's true, like, everything can be toxic, everything can be bad for you, but it's like the amount. How do I put this? This is why I didn't write a section on this, because I can't figure out how to, like, word it. She says if you tell someone to avoid food dyes because they're toxic, you should also be telling them not to drink water or eat carrots. Which is like, yes, but water and carrots can be harmful if you drink like, I don't, like 10 litres of water a day and like eat 100 carrots, then obviously there'll be like, your brain will swell because of water, there'll be like a vitamin overdose because of the carrots. But like, no. Like, eating food dyes, eating, like, say eating, like, in the video she's eating a bag of Skittles. Eating a bag of Skittles is, like, objectively more harmful than eating a carrot and drinking some water, like, the recommended amount. Which is obviously, like, it doesn't matter either way, you can eat what you want. I love Skittles. I love them so much. Like, just eat your Skittles, eat your carrot, eat your water. It doesn't matter. But like, which is like, I guess her point is, that's what her point is here. But like, you can't equate eating like highly processed, preservative food dyes, sugary foods to drinking water and eating a carrot, you know? Again, contradictory. She's advertising now on her app that it can also be her non-dieting app, her non-diet, no diet app, that it can be used to lose weight. Here, don't know how to say this, Toho. Recurring weight loss content. I've noticed that Colleen has recently started promoting her weight loss toolkit, and it just makes me think, wasn't she against weight loss in the past? Yes. I remember her saying something along the lines of, your body has a set normal weight, or something like that, so you also used that as an excuse for her looks. All of that happened. Also, what tips does she even have to offer? Restrict yourself intuitively? Good God. Funny. Very true, though. In the past, she has been, like, blatantly against weight loss. Like, the weight that your body is now is, like, its natural weight, which is, like, firstly not true, because, like, if you're extremely undereating or extremely overeating, then that won't be your body's natural weight. But, like, for the average person, sure. But now she's promoting, like, weight loss. It's like she's never done that before, so it's like, why is it different now? Like, she's progressing more and more and more away from, like, anti-diet, like, still under the, like, the ruse, the, like, the veil of, like, anti-diet content. She's, like, going more and more into, like, actual, like, diet content. No, I feel like I had more, but now it's all gone. No. Oh, yes, I knew it. This, again, is a really interesting post that I wanted to cover. It's, like, not even, like, in, like, the way of calling her out. It's just important information to have. Competitive Touch said, genuine question, is she aware of what she looks like? Do people with Big Sad realise how sick they look? I'm not going to read the whole post because it's really long, and it's basically the same thing, like, from the title. It is true that, like, if you reach a certain point of, if you have, like, then you won't really realise what you look like. You won't realise, like, if you're really, really, really thin. But I think to a certain extent you do. It's more like the kind of feeling like, okay, but it's not enough. And especially with someone like Colleen, people are, like, constantly telling her, like, you're way too thin, are you okay? I'm worried for you. Stuff like that. And I think, like, any person would, like, realise that would be, like, a wake-up call, or, like, at least that would make them realise, okay, so I am, like, thin. But the problem with that is that she most likely, like, enjoys receiving comments like that. Like, she enjoys being like, oh, you look so unhealthy, are you okay? Like, a lot of people, like, enjoy comments like that, because then that means, like, what they're doing is working. So I think to a certain extent she knows what she looks like. She obviously knows that she's allegedly. She's warped the mind, but there is absolutely no excuse, is what I'm saying. This one's funny. The image of someone who definitely practices intuitive eating and definitely does not have an ED. That's really funny. It's just funny. It's quite interesting that, like, absolutely no hate to the people who have been, like, fooled by her, but, like, it's really interesting because, like, I feel like once you realise it's really obvious that she's, like, not healthy, allegedly, We can loop back to her characters here. Hey guys, did you know that letting yourself have chocolate is actually dieting? Add to your rice cake instead. So funny. A video of the non-diet character being like, rice cakes are so diety. Just eat some freaking chocolate. Which I think was an incredible impression, by the way. Which apparently is like still dieting. But the correct thing to do is like add like, I don't know, yogurt or something to your rice cake. And like fruit, I can't remember. Oh god, that's all I have, I think. Yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the Reddit posts and in turn, the end of the video. Very sad, I know. You guys are gonna miss me. I've covered everything I want to cover and I hope in doing so I've informed some people or warned some people who may have stumbled across Colleen to not listen to what she's spouting. And while I fully realise that she is sick and I hope she gets help, I hope she gets the help she needs, I hope she gets better, it's not an excuse, it's not even an adequate explanation to justify what she's doing. She needs to stop. It's not okay. In conclusion, Colleen, the whole video, alleged, please do not send any hate to Colleen. Please, like, don't go on her YouTube or TikTok and don't comment mean things under her posts. Like, don't harass her. Don't do any of that, okay? The whole video, alleged. I have to say that. In conclusion, I hope she gets help. Don't listen to her. Thank you. Speaking of thank yous, I have a few thanks I want to give. I would like to give a big thanks to my members, Glass Bunny, Art Loving Lesbian, and The Marsh Factor. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my membership for 5 British quids a month. I really appreciate you. If you also want to get a special shout out in videos, along with other perks, you can also join my membership for, as I said, 5 quid a month by clicking on the join button down below, which will like only show up if you're subscribed, so you should subscribe. I also want to say big thank you to the No Food Rules Snark subreddit, as well as the points I covered in the video. There are so many good points on there. About Colleen, if you're still curious about my video, we like try our very best to stay respectful, not overly mean. It's a bit hard sometimes, but truly no like real hate to her, just like do better type shit, you know? But yes, if you're still curious, I recommend you check them out. Really nice community, love those guys. When I posted about making this video on there, if there was like anything they wanted me to cover, everyone was so nice, so supportive, lovely, so helpful, and I love them for that. And last but not least, I want to thank you, yes, you, Lisa. But no, I want to thank you guys, I want to thank all of you for watching my videos, supporting my channel. Oh my god, we've grown so much in the past few months. I could not do this without you guys. Amazing. I remember I was so excited about hitting 10k and now we're at like 35k. Next goal, 50k. On the road to 50k, so please subscribe. I have said that a lot, but please subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. It would mean the world. And with that, go drink some water, some H2O. Go eat not just some food, eat your favourite food, because you deserve it. Remember that you are stunning, you are gorgeous, you are perfect. I love you. You're beautiful. You're trying very hard, and I'm so proud of you. Keep going, never give up, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.